What are you doing, girl? Oh, oh. There we go. I woke up a little bit later than I prefer to today. Woke up at about 8 this morning. I was gonna go to a 5 or 6 a.m. cycling class. Deep down, I really didn't want to go, so that's probably why I slept in. But coffee. Something I'm really gonna start focusing on in these vlogs is just kind of being a little bit more real. I feel like I felt the pressure to be motivational or inspirational on all the other ones, and that's why like some of them are really short, because some days I just don't feel motivated. Some days I don't feel inspired. Some days I'm just doing what I do. I'm going to work, I'm working out, I'm eating right along this 100 days to transform. Some days it's not super inspirational, it's just daily life. And I feel like I felt pressure to be inspirational, motivational in every single video. And it's just not real life. And if I'm vlogging every day, it's not gonna be realistic for me to do that, because sometimes I feel pressure almost to come up with something to say, when really maybe I should just be videoing stuff like this, making coffee and talking. But I think one of the issues that I've had with being vulnerable is I always want to seem like I have it together, right? It's actually something I've talked about with like in counseling and stuff like that, of I have issues letting walls down. And so I'm really gonna practice that on this vlog, and I'm gonna try my best to be as vulnerable as I can. And when I say this vlog, not just this video that I'm talking to right now, but future vlogs, as I go through this journey of kind of documenting this transformation, as well as just daily life. I want it to be real. Let's get to work. I saw this morning on my phone when I had this habit where I've been scrolling the first thing I wake up. I think it's because I'm producing so much content, and it's easy when you're on Instagram or you're on YouTube. It's easy when you're on Instagram or YouTube to start scrolling after you've produced something, but I really want to focus on just producing and not so much the scrolling part. Just doom scrolling, just like, not for hours, but sometimes, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there. That adds up over the course of a day, and it certainly adds up over the course of a week. So I just kind of need to get that under control. Anyway, so I grew up like a really big Nebraska fan, and the Cornhuskers landed this 5-star quarterback that is supposed to be really, really good, but his dad went to Nebraska and his uncle is one of the coaches on the staff. So apparently there was talk that Nebraska was going to get him, but we actually got him. He decommitted from Georgia and committed to Nebraska, which, if you know anything about college football, like, in my head, I'm like, what is he thinking? But also, I'm glad he's thinking that way. I just had a second, and I was going through all the comments on one of my posts, just replying, and a comment popped up that said, basically, I was in a really bad place. I know it was God that led me to your channel, and I just wanted to tell you, thank you, that kind of thing. Man, that's what it's all about. Like, all the work of producing content, stuff like that, when you see a comment like that, it just makes your day. And I'm thankful that the Lord has given us the ability to use something like social media to help people, and help people across the world who are in need. So for lunch, I'm gonna do something different today. Usually I've been doing protein bars and a protein shake, but it's kind of cold outside. My throat's a little bit sore today, so I'm gonna have some ramen noodles. I know it's not like the healthiest, but it's also not the unhealthiest. I always spill ramen all over the place, even though I try to do this over the bowl. Okay, that time wasn't too bad. Maybe I just need to record myself more often doing this to keep myself from spilling it everywhere. Oh, well, maybe not. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so growing up, we used to do ramen. Used to eat ramen all the time, but my mom, when I was little, would always do it in a pan. So she'd put it in a pot, put water in it, boil the water, put the noodles in. That's how we always made it. Well, my wife was like, you know, you can put ramen in a microwave for like 3.5 minutes with water and it'll be just like you boiled it in a pot. And since I've learned that, I now eat ramen probably 2 to 3 times a week for lunch because I love it, but it was always so much work to get the pot out and everything. I was just like, I'll just eat a protein bar every day. But days like this where I don't feel like eating a protein bar or protein shake, it's nice now to know you can put it in the microwave. I was probably the only one in the world that knew you could put it in the microwave, but I'm glad that I learned. This bowl is super hot. I'm always fearful I'm gonna trip and spill this water all over me. How do you like your ramen? I like mine with a little more water in it. Like I don't like it just the noodles because I like to be able to, like usually there's small noodles at the end, I like to be able to drink it up. Oh, this looks great. How many calories is a package of these? So this is 370 calories total. So I'm probably just gonna eat this for lunch and then maybe like have a protein shake later. I love ramen noodles. I don't wanna lose my soul, chasing things I can't control. Straight to. Got my Sunkist. I just sang on that, didn't I? Well, that's vulnerable. Here we go. Sunkist, ramen noodles, water bottle. Come on. Come on. Good girl. You know, it can be scary to be vulnerable. Like, it can be scary to be honest with how you're feeling. And it's really difficult for me. And I think it's probably because when I was growing up, I was like someone even kids around me would look to for help or strength or guidance or something like that. And as I've gotten older, it's hard for me to open up about things because usually people are opening up to me, so I feel like I have to be strong, which I really think is a lie from the enemy. Like I think the Bible says when I'm weak, he is strong. And so if I can delight in my weaknesses instead of trying to hide them, then the Lord's strength can come through in my life. But I think so many times I try to be strong myself, and that's probably a reason I struggle with stress and things like that, is I'm holding all this stress up, you know, and not letting it out because I have to be strong, right? Maybe you're like me though, you struggle with opening up. I'll tell you, once you open up, like today I've been opening up, it's really not that bad. It's actually this vlog has been, like I feel less stressed than I did before creating this. I just have a couple more meetings today, and then I'm gonna go spending my mother-in-law's birthday with them. We're gonna go have dinner tonight, so that's just gonna be a family event. I don't wanna be recording that because that'd be weird. So, see you tomorrow.